You're investing your money all wrong. How would you like to make 20% return on investment guaranteed? If that sounds too good to be true, it's because it is. Today, we're going to talk about Ponzi schemes. A Ponzi scheme is a form of fraud that lures investors in with the promise of a high return on investment. It leads people to believe that its profits are coming from legitimate business activity, but then it just pays early investors with the money from more recent investors. Okay, so how long does that last for? Well, as long as new investors are getting suckered in. So some Ponzi schemes can last for years. What ends many Ponzi schemes is a downturn in the market. A whole bunch of people want their money back at once, and the Ponzi scheme falls apart. The scheme is named for Italian businessman Charles Ponzi, who operated many such schemes in the US and Canada in the early 20th century. His most successful scheme involved something called postal reply coupons, which theoretically made money on the difference in exchange rates between countries. Ponzi was offering a 50% return on investment in 45 days, at a time when banks were offering about 5% annually. At the time the scheme fell apart in 1920, investors were out over $20 million. That's $200 million in today's money. To date, the largest Ponzi scheme in history, at over $10 billion, involved this guy, American financier and con artist Bernie Madoff. Madoff promised investors a large, steady return on investment using a strategy called split strike conversion. It's actually a legitimate strategy. The problem is that he wasn't using it. He was depositing his investors' money in a regular bank account. When people wanted to cash out, he paid them from that account. Until he couldn't. When the whole scheme went belly up in 2008, thousands of people lost their life savings. Madoff was arrested and spent the rest of his life in jail, where he passed away in 2021. So how can you spot a Ponzi scheme? Here are some red flags. If you want to be smart, you'll invest with us. We're the best at what we do. 15% return on investment, guaranteed. High returns with little to no risk. Generally speaking, the higher the return, the higher the risks should be. Our tried and true strategy is called hedge futures trading, and it works like this. We place split-level call options, then profit off the derivatives market by leveraging our marginal returns. Beware of overly complex or secretive strategies. I hope you noticed that was nonsense. Listen, all the paper trail is going to do for you is make sure Uncle Sam gets 40% of your profits. You should always be wary of unlicensed sellers and unregistered investments. You're making 15% per year. Only a schmuck hops off that gravy train. Let it ride, baby! A Ponzi scheme's worst enemy is people who actually want their money back. As long as your profits are theoretical, it can go on forever. That's all for the day. If you enjoyed this video, send it to your friends. If you get me 10 new subscribers, by next month, I'll get you 15. Okay, it was worth a shot.